Hard Knocks. Hard Knocks Chicago Bears made its debut this past Tuesday on HBO Max. First time the Bears have been on there in show history. The show's been going on for 24 years now. They have not been on there. First episode, my initial thoughts. Actually, before we get to that, let's talk about my cameo. I'm all about self here. Let's talk about my little couple second cameo we had on here. Nikhil, roll the footage. I don't feel like the group chat really honored me when I put this in here.
Well, look who we see right here. That is me in that corner.
It depends on the day.
Right there.
It depends on the day.
I'm telling you, I put this in the group chat thing. People are like, oh, damn, look, Scott's legs. I'm like, no, I got nothing in the chat. These niggas will continue to talk about baseball. So we're going to roll that again one more time. We're going to play that one more time.
Look who we see right here. That is me in that corner.
It depends on the day.
Right there.
It depends on the day.
There we go. I'm going to put Scott Lewis as seen on HBO's Hard Knocks in my bio.
This nigga. No, I mean, I feel you, though. I just feel like if that was episode 1, there has to be a larger cameo coming soon. Like,
yeah, there's got to be.
It's going to be fucking you and Joe walking to field 3 or some shit. Like,
yeah,
I expect it to happen at this point.
Because them cameras been looking at me like this, like at the side, man. But what's some things that you liked and disliked from the first episode?
I won't say I dislike too many things. Caleb does seem kind of boring, like, which I think is a good thing. Like, I think that's actually a great thing because I think he really is focused on football, and he is the football savant that everybody says he is. Because you can just tell he kind of lights up when he starts talking about X's and O's with people. Like even like you said, his interview with Shorty. When he was talking to Stephen A and everybody, like when he actually starts talking about football, you can kind of tell he really knows what he's talking about and he loves it. So I think Caleb was kind of boring. DJ has a little personality. We know Keenan has personality. He was on Masked Singer and all that other shit. Buddy, who pulled the Speedo out singing the Proud to be an American. That was clever, but that felt kind of forced. So I was like, yeah, they could have kept that. Flus, even though like I said, me personally, Flus is growing on me. Some of the shit he was saying just seemed kind of corny. He's like, you guys are grinders. You're that grinders in here. And I was just like, okay, nigga. Like, let's
definitely a lot of Madden coach speak.
Yeah, it was crazy. I could have done for more Nick Saban because I like Nick Saban be dropping bars on niggas. Like Nick be dropping heat on niggas, and he said some shit. So like I really enjoyed Nick Saban being there. The best part to me was the Caleb intro. Like the Caleb intro when they had the Michael Jordan, they brought back Buddy from the Bulls. That was hard.
Legend.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Yeah, winning doesn't make you a winner. Like, it was just like, okay, coach. Like,
Dominic Toretto disagrees. Winning is winning. In the words of the legend.
Whether you win by an inch or win by a mile, winning is winning.
Winning's winning. And Flus does give corny dad vibes.
Yeah, 100%.
I had a comment about one of them scenes, but I'm going to keep that for Patreon.
Yeah, please do. But no, it's one of those things where, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. But no, it's one of those things. He said it's corny dad, so it's like you don't hate the guy, but it's like okay, dude, all right,
yeah. For me, man, what I liked was just how everything got put together. I think the number one thing was, I kind of was a little disappointed, and that had nothing to do with the show because I was excited, I was hyped, I watched it a couple times, but I feel like if I was just strictly fan, I will be on Patreon. Subscribe to the Patreon, man, to check out what I got. I'll say it on Summer Sessions on Tuesday because I can't say it on here. But yeah, so I was disappointed because a little bit just for me personally because if I didn't have the media hat on, oh man, I was hyped, but I'd have been 50 times more hyped if I was just like fan, just because the Bears never showed it. I think me being there jaded me a little bit because I kind of knew what to expect. The only question was what they were going to add, what they weren't going to add. I love the intro. Of course, the Hard Knocks intro music is legendary. The Hard Knocks not commentator, but narrator's legendary. But I like how they mixed it with the Bears being on the Chicago. lake, and all of them on the boat, and all the fans with their Bears colors, and like a mix of like audio from all of the former Bears. You know what I'm saying? Like whether it was the Urlacher Hester era, you can hear a couple of my favorites. Mike Singletary, I like this, my kind of party, or Bill Murray. The Refrigerator, like I like how they mixed everything together, and I love the drone shots of the city. It just shows you how beautiful Chicago is. Like on like Insecure, the TV show, I love how they made LA look from like a drone wick, and they really did the same thing with Chicago here, which I loved. Even though I hate the Cubs, the shot of Wrigley Field was chef's kiss. That was great. It was dope to see, some of the people on the team who I know personally, to see them get some cameos in there as well. That was dope. But the number one thing that stole it from me was, go ahead, Dante, my bad.
No. Go ahead. What's your number one thing?
My number one thing is what you said. The Chicago Bulls said. The Bulls theme music is so amazing that you forget that the current Bulls are mediocre. Like it just gives you like chills. And to bring back the original announcer, Ray Clay, who hasn't done the Bulls intro like since the Dynasty years. That was dope. And just like you said, Caleb is boring. 100% Caleb is boring. Caleb a little corny, but I want my quarterback to be corny. I want my quarterback to listen to ordinary people. That nigga was 2 when that song came out. You know what I'm saying? Like I want him to do that. I loved how the fans, not fans, but the team booed him. Like Ted's throwing paper at him, and Tyson Bagent's reaction to him saying his signing bonus 25.5. That was dope. But I just loved how you kind of see. You said I want to see more polls. I'm pretty sure you'll get more polls than Kevin Warren. Kevin Warren looking at the Kevin Warren was looking at the DJ contract like a Stringer Bell when he was in college. You know what I'm saying? And so he said, "No, them niggas ass ain't no forgetting that." But he was looking at that. So they had a little bit. I think you'll probably get more of them later. But I just really love how they put everything together. I know some people out there like, well, are they putting too much pressure on Caleb? This is why I don't care about that. You either know how to play football or you don't. You're either good at that or you don't. If there's anything knocking that
time out. Nigga, did you change your name?
Yeah, I didn't change that. Nikhil changed that. Shout out to Nikhil. As seen on HBO's Hard Knocks. Shout out to the producer. Shout out as seen on HBO. Give me my credit. We're gonna keep that up here a little bit. As seen on HBO's Hard Knocks. I'm gonna update my IMDb. But anyway, I don't really care about the pressure thing. If you know how to play or you don't know how to play, I think that Caleb is pretty. People gotta understand Caleb. Chicago pressure is different. But he's been a topic of conversation since he got in college. Oklahoma is no small college. You know what I'm saying? USC is LA's professional team. Not the Rams, not the Chargers. It is the USC Trojans. And last year was a terrible year for them last year. So a lot of niggas who had USC jerseys in the Roscoe's parking lot who were not happy with the way them niggas playing last year. So he's dealt with this kind of thing. He's so media trained. Like, so media trained. I don't think the Bulls music or comparing to Michael Jordan is gonna phase the kid. He's either gonna be good or he's not gonna be good. As far as dislike, wasn't really nothing I had dislike. I think it was just really, really well done. I think as each week goes by, we'll see more and more stuff. I do wonder if they're going to show next week when Rome looked like he saw Jesus when the tornado sirens went off. They were testing. I didn't know that they tested in the suburbs. I didn't know till Bear Security told us. But they were testing the tornado sirens. Rome was literally right in front of me, like doing his work. He's like, "Bro, what the fuck is that?" And I just started laughing. I was like, "Tornado." And then Keenan was like, "We got to get up out of here." So I wonder if they're gonna show that next week. But I personally loved it. You kind of talked about the flu thing a little bit, but not just from this. I think a little bit of what you've seen from this is just interviews that we've seen more. Do you think the Flus is on the way to convincing people that he's an actual NFL head coach?
Yeah, I think, and it's from the standpoint of that, he's doing all the other shit that we talk about coaches doing, but we don't really see them do it. Like the way you interact with people, the way you galvanize your staff and your players and get them all on the same page. Like I said, we may be sitting here saying it was corny, everything he was saying, but if the team buys into it and it's working, then what can you really say? So, I think at this point with Caleb and how young he is in his development, how early it is in his development, that's going to be important. So I think he definitely is giving off the vibe like, he is a people person. He is a leader of men. And that's what it's going to take that's what it takes to be a good head coach. Every head coach is not an X's and O's guy, you know, even though he was calling defense and we like him calling the defense. But at the same time, you know, you have to do those other things, you know. His staff, we were shitting on him last year. So let's not just, you know, because we like what we see so far, forget how bad that staff was. And
10 people got fired. 10 people got fired.
10 people got fired. Like that's crazy. And so, you know, so that's still in the back of our minds. But at the same time, when you see him actually interacting with the team, you see why he's still there. And he had that job security that we were all wondering about. But it seems like he has a great rapport with everybody. And that's how you build continuity. And that's how you really, you know, build a winner. So, I mean, I think he is. He really is on his way to doing that.
Shane O'Mac said, and Caleb field swag. But I think his field swag is decent. My brother don't like his field swag. The only issue I have is if you're gonna wear the long sleeves, you can't wear the short joints with them. That look huff. I'm not gonna lie. But besides that, the nigga need a haircut though. 100%. At least get lined up, my boy. You looking real cavemanish right now. But
I mean, hopefully he on this whole shit. You know, he got the scruff look, and then, you know, once he know the playbook and he start rocking, then he get the shave. Like, you know, do your thing, man. Jay Cutler is our best quarterback, people. Like, I don't give a fuck if he wears sweatsuits everywhere. I don't care. Like, I do not care. I promise you. I don't care. Like, who else said that shit? Somebody else was like, man, I remember when you said that, because he wears the little cutoffs.
Yeah,
like he just took the sweatpants and cut the
the cutoffs is crazy. Yeah,
I don't care, bro.
The cutoffs is crazy.
Pill.
Like,
throw that football.
That's true, but I also like, look, man, Jalen Johnson's on field swag has stepped up tremendously this year. Maybe because the number switch, one looks much better than 33, which what that former police officer wore for the Bears.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I mean, I'll just say something that you can agree with. My boy had plenty of on-field swag last year. So, like, let's not let's not act like y'all want that now. Like, don't do it now. Like, come on, we want a quarterback.
That's true. Justin did have great on-field swag. Who's the best quarterback with worst? It's got to be Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning has the most swaggerless
them big ass sleeves.
Swag. Oh my! Especially when he went to Denver. He had them fat gloves on. Yeah,
because he had a nerve issue, so he had to wear 2 gloves. That was terrible.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
him and Phillip Rivers.
Phillip Rivers was mid. Aaron Rodgers ain't great either. He just was cold. So you're right about that. I'll say this about Flus, man. That nigga got a good house. Oh my god, that house looks like some Bruce Wayne type stuff, bro.
No, it looked like the joint off. What's that show? What's that Tommy show where the Irishman lived?
You talking about on Force?
Yeah, on Force, like right off the lake. Like, no, that joint was nice.
Yeah, the white family on there. I forgot what that name was. It definitely looked. It said Justin Advisor. Yeah, he couldn't see 30 yards down. But anyway,
unnecessary.
Is it unnecessary? Or am I telling the truth? I'm rooting for Justin.
Hey, I'm about to say that Oakland Raiders offense ain't looking good. So I mean,
what? Yeah, that's right. The Raiders got the best uniforms. Raiders got an amazing stadium, and they got Gardner Minshew. Brett Favre's swag wasn't worse than Peyton Manning.
It was up there though. Brett Favre played like he was drunk. Like he just put his uniform on and just went out there. Fuck it, let's go.
Forget about Phil Favre in the 90s. Phil Favre in the 90s.
They do
like the same house. What if they shot power at Flu's house?
Hey,
that's a question.
I ain't mad at
Get a check, Flus. Like, so that wouldn't shock me whatsoever. But before we bring Courtney on, like in a couple minutes, one last Bears topic. What do you want to see going forward in the next 4 episodes of Hard Knocks?
We always know they have their built-in storylines. I think right now, clearly, number 80, his last name is Johnson. I can't forget his first name. He's going to be one of those guys that, they're going to follow, especially after the performance he had in the Hall of Fame game. So seeing how the wide receiver room interacts, because they usually go room to room. So seeing how they interact with Rome, what they're pouring into Rome, seeing how Keenan is working with him, because we all know how great of a route runner Keenan is. So seeing that, and like we talked about, I'm interested in the running backs too, especially because, like you told us, Bayless has been in the backfield a lot.
Yeah.
So I want to see what that's like if they're trying to get, a little Cordell Patterson, Devo Sanders type of thing going with him. So that's really it. Because, I mean, the storylines are the storylines. They built it. So we know what we're going to get from that.
Shane O'Mac, Donovan McNabb's swag was terrible. Donovan McNabb was what did Ross say? This monkey's swaggerless. That every time that Donovan McNabb will come on, don't get me started on Donovan McNabb. I'm trying to be a media man and not my thoughts about Donovan McNabb. I used to be such a massive fan of Donovan, bro.
I think a lot of
man,
us did.
Such a massive fan. Then he left T.O. hanging in the Super Bowl. I never forgave that nigga. I never forgave him. T.O.'s out there on one leg, busting him. This nigga throwing up. Anyway, he said more Roma DJ. Yeah, I want to see more Roma DJ. Even though this don't have nothing to do with Hard Knocks, I'm glad you brought it up, Dante. I meant to say this in what I was expecting tomorrow's game. Vilas. He played running back all week.
Damn, all week?
All week he played running back. So because Roshan didn't practice at all this week.
Okay.
So Vilas was at running back all week with him and DeAndre Swift and Travis Homer. And Flu said he's gonna play a running back tomorrow. So this is like the last chance.
That paper on these player haters, old news, money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna